Google Maps absolutely fucked me, and I ended up on one of the craziest side quests I've ever had.
7 wonders without flying, day 81.
So it was trying to send me down a dirt road, which I knew barely existed. So I opted for the longer way, which connected two major towns. I said goodbye to Jared and spent 6 cents on a bus, and little did I know that would be the last I would spend today. I quickly got picked up by a food truck and smuggled into the back with the local kids, who were eating all of the inventory. Then our tire blew up, and since we were in the middle of nowhere, our driver just kept going until eventually we got help. When we got to the next town, they told me I had to turn, which I didn't understand, and that's when I realized Google was sending me down a road that just didn't exist. Luckily, there is actually a parallel road that does go where I'm heading. So I started on that way, but the wait times got gradually longer and the rides got shorter. I eventually ended up in a tiny town at the end of the road, and that's when a huge storm hit. Thankfully, the winds were so strong that I managed to just hide behind a building. Then I got picked up by some very friendly locals who offered me shawarma, which I gladly accepted since I still hadn't eaten lunch. Unfortunately, the power was out and that ruined our plans. They drove me to the bottom of the mountain where I spent a couple more hours until one car finally came, and they took me all the way to the top. The views here were incredible, and I could see why Google Maps has this labeled as the best road in Kyrgyzstan. At least they got that right. There was one family living at the top of the mountain, and they gave me some fermented horse milk, which at this point I was just thankful for. I spent a few hours playing with the kids, who eventually got bored of me and went on to play with the donkeys instead. I'm kidding, we had lots of fun, and they had a great time mocking me when my leg fell asleep. I walked around a bit to admire the incredible views, but I was mostly just waiting and waiting and waiting, but no cars passed. So eventually I gave up for the day and set up my tent, but the family said it was way too cold and I had to sleep inside. Oh man, this journey is far from over. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow.